Hi guys, Diesel Johnny Boy here. Just a quick video that I'm dedicating to Big Ady and Claire, as they quite like watching some of my videos, so I said I'd do one for them. So here we go, this is it for you two guys, and this is about the Galilean Thermometer. This is quite an interesting device. It wasn't actually invented by Galileo. Hopefully most of you all know who Galileo was. He was a 17th century scientist and astronomer, very clever guy. Anyway, but he didn't actually invent these thermometers, but what he did was he came up with the theory that a density of a liquid changes in proportion to its temperature. So yeah, I mean, you can look that up to find a bit more of an explanation about it, but I'm not going to go into the mega science of it, but I can explain roughly how this little instrument works. Oh, by the way, just a bit of background, it was actually first produced probably in the 1660s, I think. It was actually put together by a group of very clever academics they called themselves the Accademia del Cimento of Florence, and it included Torricelli, who was one of Galileo's students, and also Torricelli's student as well, a guy called Viviani, I believe that's how you pronounce it. Anyway, so they basically came up with this little instrument which tells the temperature. And how it actually works is, as I say, it relies on the density of liquid changing according to the temperature. So this is a sealed little tube, a glass tube, and it's filled with, it's not water in there, it's something like some sort of alcohol type liquid or mix of alcohol and water. And these little individual spheres you can see in there, they're all identical in size, and they're actually filled with the coloured liquid. They're actually all the same size, so they look bigger because of the reflection of the glass, reflection or refraction, but they are all identical in size, and the liquid inside them is just the same liquid. It's not a different density. That one looks bigger, the yellow one looks bigger than the blue one, but honestly they're all the same size. So yeah, they're all filled with the same liquid, and they're coloured so that you can easier to read. But what actually makes them denser, my battery says it's going low now, but it should last out. What actually makes them actually dense or heavier is the little tags. You see those little tags on there? Now in the original ones, back in the 17th century, they actually changed the weight of the little glass spheres by grinding bits of glass off them to make them different weights. Anyway, so in this case, these little brass tags actually display the temperature. It's a bit difficult to see. I don't know if you can see that. I can read it out in a minute. So each of these is different in a weight by the weight of the little brass tag hanging off it. So as the ambient temperature that the instrument sits in changes, so the density of the water or the liquid inside changes, and the buoyancy is changed, and these little spheres go up and down depending on the temperature. So obviously the heaviest one will drop and the lightest ones will float, and you can get a temperature reading. Now some of them it's the lowest one, and some of them, if you've got one floating in the middle, it would be the temperature difference between that one there and the lower one, so you take it like an average. So, but I think in this one it's the lowest one and the second lowest one. So the lowest one reads 64 degrees Fahrenheit and the second lowest one reads 68 degrees Fahrenheit. So I would imagine that the temperature is somewhere in between those, so say 66 degrees. So at the moment I reckon my house is 66 degrees, which seems about right. So yeah, that's how the little instrument works. I mean, I'm sure you can probably get a better explanation on another video, but it's all about the density of the liquid changing in proportion to the temperature. So they're a bit slow, because obviously the liquid's got to take on the temperature around here. So there's going to be a bit of a delay. I'm actually going to get an ordinary mercury thermometer and try and check and see that way. But yeah, it's a really interesting little device. They were quite popular in the 1990s, so everybody had one. You used to go in people's houses, you think, what's that funny looking thing, some sort of weird decoration, but it's actually a very clever scientific instrument. I actually bought this one in a charity shop for £5. So there you go. Look out for them, they're really interesting, I really like them. And like I say, the coloured liquid is just for display and a little bit of decoration, really. I've got one other little thing over here which you might be interested in. And by the way, don't leave silly comments like I've wasted 5 minutes of your time or 10 minutes of your time. But you wasted your own time. If you don't like the video, that's fine. The clue's in the title, so clearly if it's something you're not interested in, don't bother looking at it. Don't leave your silly comments, they're boring and you're wasting your own time leaving them. Here we go, here's another little device, sorry about that rant. This is actually a weather glass. Now this goes back even beyond the 17th century. It's basically a sealed glass. Here, this is a sealed little blown glass bottle with a little spout coming up here. That's actually open there. Now you fill it under atmospheric pressure. So this is sealed away now in there by the liquid. And basically this measures the atmospheric pressure. And it's actually pretty good actually. So at the moment, the liquid here is slightly below that liquid there, that level there. So we're in for a bit of high pressure at the moment, which actually means that we're going to have some nice weather. And that's actually dead right at the moment because outside it's nice and sunny and dry. We've got a blue sky as well, and you can see that. So this is actually quite accurate. Again, it's a little bit slow. It picks up the pressure. So you've got to put it somewhere. If you've got one, put it somewhere where it's not going to be interfered by extremes of temperature. As the pressure drops, if we get some low pressure, so you could be in for some cloudy, possibly stormy weather, this liquid will travel up the spout. In extreme cases, if you're getting really, really low pressure and some storms, it'll actually come out the top and drip out the top. That's not ever happened yet. So you might get that somewhere like the Midwest in America where they get these severe weather fronts and hurricanes. So that apparently someone told me that it's sprayed right out the top. I don't know if that sounds a bit exaggerated, but nice little device. You can buy these on eBay for a few quid. This is actually quite an old antique one. It sits on a little metal bracket that's supposed to catch any liquid. But so yeah, it actually is quite accurate at reading the pressure, the air pressure around it. There we go. Anyway, look, there we go. Hope you enjoy that. This one was for you, AD and Claire, and I know you quite like watching my silly videos. So here, I haven't done one for a while. So here's one for you two guys, and hope to catch up with you soon. Take care. See you guys later. Over and out.